Hello everyone, welcome to SeatStory Cup number 6. I am Ekop and I'm joined here by the one and only Mr. Jagut.
Igor Bokjam.
And we are going to bring you the match between RDU and SuperJJ. This is the losers match. The elimination match basically from Group B. As we all know, RDU lost his first game versus Xixo and SuperJJ lost to Quebec, and now the winner of these two will have another chance of advancing through the group, and the loser is eliminated from the tournament already. So one big name will fall today. What do you think, Mr. Jagut?
Yeah, this match will be pretty huge between SuperJJ and RDU. Like, they're both top 10 on Gozo Gamers, right? Reno Warlock against Faye Shawn.
Yeah, a typical face shaman as we can see from RDU. But we will still have to see if it features Doom Hammers or not. I think if the deck runs Doom Hammers, then it can definitely be have a bigger edge against Reno Lock, unless Reno Lock of course draws weapon removal.
Yeah, SuperJJ is even running Harrison, so if Radu runs Doomhammer, it's probably not looking that great.
Yeah, it is true. If you have been paying attention to what's been happening in esports the past week, there was this ELC esports superstar tournament where SuperJJ, I'm pretty sure, played the exact same lineup as he's playing this week. So he had that very unconventional Reno Lock build as well with patches, including Bloodsail Corsair, and as well as the Harrison and the Ooze, so a lot of weapon destruction there.
Yeah, I don't really like the patches with because you only have one pirate, right? So you don't always get the patches out.
That is true, but this is kind of the strategy that you're just going for, right? Like having the Bloodsail Corsair as an additional weapon removal. And just making it better by including patches, making your early game better because of that, it's pretty good. If you think about it, in the past, Reno Lock has been playing, for example, even Possessed Villager sometimes, and Bloodsail Corsair is pretty much the same thing if you drop it on turn 1, even better sometimes, because like it gives you 1 more health.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you and it has charge even. So yeah, if you get it off on turn 1 with the patches, it's so good for early board control.
So what do we do as Reno now? Probably just play the Pella?
Yeah, the Pella seems very appealing here.
And you most likely also trade the... do you trade the 2-1 then? Most likely, right?
You probably should in order to deny the weapon value. Otherwise you still have to dedicate some resources towards this Totem Golem, which you probably don't have to if you already put 2 damage into it.
You could have actually also thought about getting the Flame Imp and then coining out the Flame Imp to maybe get some value out of the Mistress. And fight more for the board control.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. But it seems like SuperJJ does want to hold on to his coin. After all, the later you have it, the better plays you can make, it seems, going forward. Like if you're forced to use it early, then yeah, you might be on the back foot too soon, and then you have to make suboptimal plays on the following turns.
Yeah, so exactly. He doesn't even have a turn 3 yet, so probably it wouldn't be that great. Here you probably just play Totem Golem and go face with the Totem Golem. You don't need to clear that.
He has the option of just clearing it by using Jade Claws here, but I think RDU doesn't mind this Totem Golem dying. And also he makes use out of his remaining Spirit Claw charges this way as well, although he decides to now not attack for now. I guess he's not planning on playing the Jade Claws anytime soon here. Next turn is probably going to be Feral Spirits. But yeah, it's looking pretty tough for RDU. He didn't have that much initial pressure going for him in the early going.
You definitely trade with the 2-2 Peddler.
Alright, here comes the man in charge, Patches, the pirate.
Damn, the place.
A very nice way to clear the board, but this is what SuperJJ's Reno lock is geared towards anyway. It's very anti-aggro, with a lot of weapon removal, a lot of early game solutions. Not much late game going on, but he just bans the most popular late game deck anyway, which is the Reno lock.
Yeah, he always bans it. Also, he tapped last because he didn't want to draw the patches.
Yeah. Sometimes tapping last is actually good. Alright, and RDU on the other hand now has to determine what the best course of action is. Feral Spirits seem like the most appealing play to develop the board, of course. But RDU either thinking about other options or just feigning that he has other options as well, taking his time with his play to make SuperJJ think that he has a lot of stuff going for him.
Yeah, he doesn't want to make any mistakes, like he's taking his time. Like the loser is out of the tournament, right?
Yeah, definitely. Already a lot on the line for both these players here. Nobody wants to go into the SeatStory Cup and get 0-2 right away. We already saw Strife Crow on the A stream get eliminated in his group, so he went 0-2 there.
Okay. Do you maybe even just Hellfire this? Because you don't really have good other plays right now.
Yeah, Hellfire generally very hard to apply against the Phase Shaman, and whenever you see a board with Feral Spirits or some small minions with Flame Tongue Totem, then typically that is the point where you want to Hellfire. But it does seem like SuperJJ wants to wait a little bit longer, make RDU extend even further into this Hellfire, or even into the Mind Control tech. If you get the value of a Mind Control tech, sometimes that can be good as well.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he will get the MC tech out any soon, but what do you do as a Shaman now?
Well, you just gotta push as much damage as possible. After all, you got typically when playing aggressive decks against Reno lock, you have to be as fast as possible. You have to just hope they don't have the Reno, because typically when they do, you lose. And we see SuperJJ does in fact have the Reno, so it's gonna be very tough for RDU to beat SuperJJ. I mean, he does have the tools to finish off the game quickly with the double lava burst, of course. So if he gets just a little bit more damage, and theoretically he can finish off with double lava burst, but then again, yeah, Reno will screw over that plan. So it seems like SuperJJ has this game locked up.
Maybe he will be greedy with his health and not heal before.
Yeah, there's definitely possibilities to throw that game. It's definitely true. But yeah, at 18 health right now, he can even take a lot of damage here by using Hellfire and not worry about anything afterwards.
I think now you have to Hellfire now, right? For sure. Like, you don't want to Soulfire because you also don't want to discard your Reno.
As small as this chance looks of discarding that Reno, if it happens, then yeah, you pretty much deny yourself the 100% win. So yeah, SuperJJ does not want to test his luck there and just goes for the safe Hellfire. Doesn't even have to necessarily go for the Reno next turn. It all depends on what RDU does on this following turn, because sometimes 15 health is safe enough. But yeah, SuperJJ, now that he got attacked by the Jade Claws, he knows that there is a lot of burst potential in RDU's hand, especially considering how long he's been holding on to those cards that he has in hand right now. If SuperJJ was keeping track of that, which he probably was. So now he might actually be pressured to use that Reno right now. Although there is a refreshment vendor picked up, so that can potentially be another bridging play into an even better Reno.
Yeah, there's probably no way to kill him if you refreshment vendors now, but you also want to play around the 7-7, right? Like, if he plays 7-7, you cannot Reno anymore, can you? Yeah, I kind of like going for it now, before it's too late.
Yeah, it's also just a more mana efficient play here. And Refreshment Vendor is also still gonna heal even after Reno, so
Then
you
get
don't lose
spell
any
power.
value.
Yep. So he's not planning to kill us Reno, just going face. Also didn't attack with his weapon. Like, this deck has a lot of weapons, so maybe attacking face something.
Yeah, sometimes keeping the weapon back is actually important because of the small-time Buccaneer. You deny yourself the buff if you ever draw that card.
Yeah, I don't think the Buccaneer would do much in this situation.
Yeah, not like I said. After the Reno drops down, and yeah, RDU is left with nothing but Lava Burst and Lightning Bolts, then yeah, you already know this game is pretty much over. But of course, RDU can maybe still draw a surprising amount of burst, depending on if he runs Doomhammer or not, which he probably doesn't, considering that he runs both Spirit Claws and the Jade Claws. So there's probably no room for Doomhammer, unfortunately.
Yeah, most likely no Doomhammer. Do you maybe tap Hero Power first, try to get the spell power on? Or do you just play Finley and try to get the Hunter Hero Power or Warlock?
Or Life Tap, yeah. Life Tap would be pretty appealing, I guess, to get more burst cards, but ultimately you also damage yourself, and the Warlock now is the one with the board, so it's gonna be tough to try and raise that.
Yeah, he stares a Refreshment Vendor as well. This doesn't seem possible.
Yeah, Brun Refreshment Vendor is just gonna heal up so much here.
Like, the Shaman doesn't even have any burst anymore, right? He maybe has another Lightning Bolt in the deck, but
Yeah,
that's basically
Jade Lightning, I would assume, is also in the deck. But besides that, there's not much else.
So you most likely... How much mana does he have? 8.
Yeah, just Brun, Refreshment Vendor, and Soulfire even if you want, because you don't really care about all the other cards.
Yeah, you don't need them anymore.
But then again, keeping Big Game Hunter sometimes can be very useful as well, in case you expect a Flame Wreath Faceless to still do something.
Then you can just straight into it, right? Like, it's fine.
Yeah, preserving the Soulfire in his hand, and the card would be discarded from it. So only a Jade Golem now, 1/1 Jade Golem on the board, which is going to do absolutely nothing here. South Sea Deckhand being picked up, and yeah, no, not even a charge. So RDU sees the writing on the wall that Reno did win SuperJJ the game, and RDU drops the first game to SuperJJ. Now on the back foot, he has to pick something to counter that deck now from JJ, the Reno deck, which is of course arguably the strongest deck type in general in this current meta game. But then again, there's plenty of counters to it, and RDU chooses to go for the Rogue. You're a Rogue expert yourself, Mr. Yagut, so how do you think this matchup is going to go?
This matchup is hugely favored for Radu, for the Rogue. SuperJJ is playing some tech cards, so he's playing BGH, so Big Van Cleave will not be so great. He's playing Harrison. Harrison doesn't do too much anymore, so since you don't run Deadly Poison, it's probably not the best card.
But the card draw that goes with it can be really good sometimes, right? Like just an Azadrek that draws 2 cards?
Yeah, but he drew the patches.
Oh!
Like, Harrison is kind of slow, so I don't quite like it.
Yeah,
JJ, Rogue even.
And JJ has got to be liking this, not seeing the cannon.
It's probably still fine for him. Okay. He really wants to get the trade.
All right, so
Yeah,
Small Time Buccaneer here, very, very good value here with the Rogue in general. Like Small Time Buccaneer seems like it was just made for Rogue. The perfect turn 1 play if you follow up with Hero Power, which Rogue very often does anyway. Just is a natural perfect fit in the deck. Do you like the Small Time Buccaneer, or do you prefer other builds?
No, you definitely play a Small Time Buccaneer in your Rogue, right? It's like a Flame Imp, so it doesn't deal damage to yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Because we saw RDU in the tournament last week not play the Pirates in his Rogue list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you should definitely play it.
He actually played like Barnes and yeah, only like 2 bad minions for the Barnes, I guess. So yeah, all's going according to plan for now for SuperJJ. He's holding off the aggression, but then again, RDU will have some big questings at some point, which can be hard to deal with at times.
That Harrison was actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Maybe he should have actually attacked on turn 2 to play around it, but that would kind of be bad too. How's the 1-mana guy called again? That
Bloodsail Corsair.
Exactly, that would be kind of bad to attack on turn 2 then. There's a Conceal. So maybe you can try to go all in now.
Yeah, there's of course plays that punish you. For example, Shadow Flame.
But you might have to go for it, right? Because you don't have other good plays.
Alright, he's going to go all in on this questing. Or is he? Oh, never mind.
Ooh.
He's saving the Conceal.
Okay.
Okay, well, there was the option of just using the Cold Blood on the patches and then coining out Conceal, pushing a lot of damage to the face. RDU might, on the back of this, might even have closed out the game on the following turn, depending on what he draws. So, interesting decision here to go for the board control here. I guess he just didn't want to get punished by Shadow Flame too much. As it is right now, the board is very hard to deal with for SuperJJ. Sure, he can have Siphon Soul to deal with one of the minions here, or just Shadow Bolt, I guess, but probably not both minions at the same time.
The thing about Shadow Flame so is that the questing won't even die, right? Like it would be on 6 health and it doesn't die.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. It wouldn't even die to the Shadow Flame, you're right. So technically there was room for coin Conceal here. But again, it would have been a pretty all-in play by RDU, and he wants to have a little bit of safe security here with by keeping the coin and Conceal, maybe for a potential auctioneer draw, or maybe for a second questing, if the first one gets dealt with, which it will right now. So yeah, tricky decision making here by RDU. Ultimately, you never really know what would have happened until you see the replay.
Yeah, you probably zap this now, right?
Yeah, it's tricky. Like you want to typically zap taunt minions, but when you have a big imposing minion like the Twilight Dragon, like the Twilight Drake, to deal with your board, then you might have to zap a non-taunt minion in this situation.
Your other option is to Azure Drake. See if you get gadgets, and if you don't get gadgets, then you just Conceal and keep your minions alive. But I kind of like this play. I'm not sure if Conceal was necessary. Conceal plays around Hellfire.
Yeah, well, he's thinking about it, it seems.
Probably
but then again,
play around Hellfire, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and also any other single target removal here.
Yeah, he didn't use Shadow Bolt yet.
Shadow Bolt, Siphon Soul, both reasonable options. And now SuperJJ cannot really interact with this board, so he has to just develop a board of his own at the situation. So it seems like he's going for that Brand Twilight Drake play.
Yeah, I don't think Emperor is doing much with his hand right now. So probably Bran is totally fine.
Yeah, that's a big Twilight Drake. Very hard to deal with for the Rogue, and Sap is already gone. But then again, he can just ignore it, and because it doesn't have taunt, so...
Ooh, that one is huge.
Yeah, that is exactly what he needed with the double coin in hand. It's gonna be a triple coin even with it once that Tomb Pillager dies.
Well, he might not even be able to clear the spot, right?
Yeah, it's true. So far, SuperJJ doesn't have anything that would do that. Just imagine how good Dirty Red would be on this board. Dirty Red with the mind control tech. A combination of cards that is very, very good indeed.
Okay, gets a patch out.
Yeah, Mortal Coiling now. Could have done it before to get better options maybe than the patches play, but I guess he wanted to get the patches out no matter what.
Yeah, I think with this deck you first of all want to use your Blood Seal and then tap, since you don't want to draw patches here.
Yeah, the only reason why you would coil first is if there is something that would make you spend 7 mana instead of making this Bloodsail Corsair play. But I doubt there's really anything that would have made Bloodsail Corsair worse. Alright, Mind Control Tech coming down just for board presence. Questing will be dealt with here with ease.
So now you could even get lethal.
Yeah, Gadgetson is gonna make some miracle work. Triple coin, triple card draw.
So if he gets a Cold Blood, it's lethal, right? Since he can use the dagger.
That is true. Just needs one more card that deals 4 damage, which there are plenty of in the Rogue.
That one is also pretty huge. Do you maybe eviscerate first? Because if you get Fan... Oh, it bugged, right? Do we need to rejoin now?
I think we do. I can't rejoin. Let's go from SuperJJ's perspective for now.
Yep.
Before we miss the entire game.
He probably got lethal, right?
No, the game is still going, as you can see. He got a conceal, but no lethal.
Okay. So he probably needs Reno. That's not Reno.
So yeah, as you can see, that's JJ on the bottom now. Don't be confused.
So you might even tap and try to get Reno. Because I don't think you will be safe if you just Shadow Flame this. So he might have SS7 in his hand. Then it's one off.
Alright, more cards are going for RDU here. That Gadgetson be diggin'. By now it's just a matter of time until RDU gets that lethal damage. SuperJJ does have nothing to do about this. Saucy deckhand.
So he still doesn't have his Cold Blood yet.
1 damage off. Alright, SuperJJ needs Reno and he needs him now, and there it is!
Wow.
Oh boy! And RDU cannot believe it. He was 1 damage off lethal and now just getting his spirits crushed by Reno. Oh my goodness.
Whoa, that hurts. His facial expression.
Yeah, and losing his Gadgetson as well now. to the Twilight Drake. So no more card draw either here, unless he gets something here.
I don't think he can get anything anymore, right? Like, he probably has some minions, another Zap, Cold Blood, Abyss, maybe Leroy. Like, nothing useful anymore.
You could even argue that it pretty much all came down to Harrison drawing 2 cards instead of 1, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, you could actually...
That additional card that he drew, that was the Reno.
I feel like he should have attacked on turn 2 to maybe play around Ooze, and I don't know if it's really about the Harrison, so like, you don't play around Harrison on turn.
That's true, it's also 1 damage that he missed pretty much because of that, right? So...
So he would have had Leafer actually if he didn't listen.
Exactly. In hindsight, of course, you can always say, yeah, should have, could have, would have, but in that particular situation, it seems like RDU needed. He thought he needed that additional charge, which typically I don't really think you do versus a Reno lock that doesn't play much on the board.
Yeah, I think Gradu is thinking about the next match, and he can still not believe how he top decked the Reno.
Yeah, it is very soul crushing, especially when you consider the position that both these players are in right now. RDU on his last life, he might be eliminated from the tournament pretty soon if this keeps up. So he needs 3 wins now, 3 wins in a row. Expecting that he loses this game, of course.
So most likely, I'm not sure what this Warrior is. Most likely Dragon Warrior, right?
Yeah, it's safe to assume so. And if it is, then the Reno lock definitely has an easy time, I would say. Especially considering how much weapon removal JJ runs.
Yeah, you just play some minions.
Yeah, just play your stuff and win. It's really amazing to see though how close RDU still got despite the Reno, putting JJ down to 12. But now JJ back up to 20 and RDU with 2 cards, no board. Sees the writing on the wall, he needs to concede, and JJ takes the 2-0 lead. What an incredible turn of events here. That Reno top deck. Yeah, alright. So we're fixing the spectator issue here while we are jumping into game number 3, RDU. It's do or die for him. So, yeah. Do you think he can make it happen with Dragon Warrior or whatever warrior he has?
If it's Pirate Warrior, it will be a little bit hard, but maybe with the Dragon Warrior it can be possible. Like Pirate, that's not good against Priest, right? And what was the last deck? Reno Warlock, and what was the last deck again?
I think it was Shaman. I'm not.
Oh, it was Dragon Warrior, right? Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think Shaman is his 4th deck.
So, arguably, only the Priest matchup is really bad for you. So maybe you can actually still do it. Yeah. Never give up.
Yeah, the Dragon Warrior, after all, if it curves out properly and the Reno lock does not draw the Reno. Wait. Well, we don't see JJ's cards. Oh
wow.
Man, not again.
I don't think he will see it because he's in busy mode, right?
Yeah, I guess not.
So I guess we can again only
Sorry,
watch
guys.
SuperJJ.
Yeah, I was thinking we could just see this. Can you tell RDU to spectate to give us invite again? Sorry about that, guys. We'll be right back. Yeah, spectator client not as full-fledged as we would like it to be, but we'll be back with the game very soon.
Maybe we should just watch SuperJJ meanwhile.
Now we need to see both perspectives.
Ah, there we go.
All right, this time I'm going to do it very slowly here. All right, we see RDU. And we see JJ. All right, perfect. Hopefully no more bugs going forward. So we skipped out on a couple of turns, but nothing really that impressive here happened so far. JJ was able to deal with RDU's early board pretty well, but now RDU still curving out very nicely with the 5, 6, 7. Gets plenty of cards going forward as well, thanks to Curator and Esodrake card draw. So he will definitely be applying constant pressure, but the pressure that the curve deck applies is not as explosive as from pure face decks. So Reno has an easier time drawing into the solutions that he needs in order to handle the curve. So SuperJJ, it seems like he does have the tools necessary to compete with RDU's curve, with the Sylvanas, with the Abyssal Enforcer, as well as Acidic Swamp Boost to deal with any kind of weapon.
You might even go Esodrake instead of Draconet Crusher, because normally in this matchup you want to try to make it 9-9, right? Like the only way you can kill 9-9 most of the times is with Siphon Soul.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the BJH is also a bit annoying.
Oh, double Crusher now. So if RDU ever gets JJ to 15 or lower, then those Crushers are going to be very big threats. But now Sylvanas coming down is a huge threat on the board, and RDU does not have a way to deal with it properly right now.
Wow, this Sylvanas is actually pretty annoying to deal with. You probably just have to go
Curator, I suppose.
Yeah, Curator.
There's the option of just also going for the Crusher, but nah, this is better to just not even have a way for SuperJJ to kill off his own Sylvanas at all for now, until RDU gets better options here. Often enough, you just want to only kill Sylvanas when there's nothing or like a lot of small things to steal. So yeah, you're not supposed to to put yourself in a situation where Sylvanas would be able to steal something big.
Yeah, here you are not stealing something big.
Yeah, currently JJ is not stealing anything at all, except if there's what if he gets like something good out of this Dark Peddler here? What could possibly be good here? Maybe a Power Whelming even. Power Whelming on the Sylvanas would ensure JJ that he can steal this Esodrake and deal with the Curator at the same time.
To be honest, I kind of want to have this Sylvanas still on support because it prevents Dragon Warrior from playing more stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now the Sylvanas is still annoying to deal with, right? And
yeah,
you only have minions in your hand.
He could actually not attack here, and I really like this play. It gives RDU the impression, oh yeah, he's not going to be able to suicide his Sylvanas once again if I don't drop anything on the board that would kill the Sylvanas.
Exactly.
So then he might go for multiple small minions, and this plays right into the mind control tech that SuperJJ has in his hand.
It's a next level place. Arcanite Reaper, you don't see that too often as well in Dragon Warrior, do you?
Yeah, it is definitely a nod towards the metagame shift, I think. Like, the Dragon Warrior is typically not aggressive enough against Renologue or against rogues that have been popular, more and more popular nowadays. So in order to potentially finish games quicker, the Arcanite Reaper is a great tool to do that.
Yeah, that's actually true. Especially against rogue, it's pretty huge, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's just going face.
Yeah, once again, just want to close out the game early here with that Reaper and that Hunter hero power especially. So now forcing SuperJJ to have something to save himself here. No Reno in sight, but the Ooze will definitely be very strong against this Arcanite Reaper right now. And he can clear the entire board as well. But ultimately, no taunt, no heal, so SuperJJ only has 8 health, and this is definitely not a comfortable spot to be in for him. Although on the other hand, RDU, all he has right now when it comes to burst is that 3 damage from the Blackwing Corruptor.
He still didn't get any Korkon yet, right? Korkon is actually also pretty scary at this point.
Yeah, that's true. A Ragnaros could also represent lethal.
And he might also have another weapon in his hand. Like, this is all what SuperJJ is counting. And maybe his best way to win this matchup is by tapping and getting Reno, but...
He was really hoping for that, but now, because of the live tap, maybe he put himself in an even more dangerous spot. Now there's so many outs for Radu that can just close out the game. Alexstrasza's champion, Fiery War Axe.
Korkon. And that's not it.
Yeah.
Can you even play minions here? I guess you can play some taunts, maybe?
1 damage off lethal here. He actually only needed 1 damage. I totally forgot about hero power.
Yeah. SuperJJ needs top tech Reno next turn, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like right now, RDU can put JJ down to 1, and he probably should, in order to not give JJ an additional life tap here.
Yeah, I actually like it. But then he maybe shouldn't have played this one too.
He knows if there was a Reno, he would have played it last turn. So now JJ only will have 1 top deck to work with, and RDU sees that. He puts JJ down to 1, giving him only 1 draw to get back into this, and that's not it, and that is going to be game. So RDU gives himself a chance to get back into the series, to potentially sweep JJ with that Pirate Warrior, with the Arcanite Reaper.
Yeah, we will probably see Priest against Dragon Warrior next.
Yeah, most likely. Seems like the more favored matchup than the Mirror. After all, both decks are curved decks, and yeah, both decks are curved decks, but typically Dragon Priest, being the curved deck with the beefier minions, can definitely fight for board control much better than the Dragon Warrior, it seems. But it all depends how well Dragon Warrior is able to draw those 4 attack minions that Priest has hard times dealing with.
Yeah, especially as Zodrigs are kind of annoying. Do you actually keep for... Ooh, he's going for the Dragon Warrior Mirror. Okay.
Yeah. Seems like JJ likes his chances more in that particular matchup. So he does, of course, run the version with Bloodsail Cultist here. One of the it's very unconventional. Usually the players would go for a Curator build and play Fierce Monkey in that spot instead. But SuperJJ plays that pirate, the more pirate-oriented Dragon Warrior with the Bloodsail Cultist as well as Malkorok to have an additional weapon to buff. Alright, and look at that. Small-time Buccaneer will bring out the patches and therefore being able to deal with this.
Do you maybe play the Swirop here?
No, I think you definitely want to get that upgrade somehow.
Because you have another weapon in your hand, right? So maybe getting the stats on the board is better.
And it seems like it would be more mana efficient to go for the Cultist here, but then again, getting the potential upgrade buff, it's just so good. even if this Small Time Buccaneer dies, SuperJJ can still get it by drawing into an Azos First Mate next turn.
Yeah, especially against another Frothing or Fierce Monkey, it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
To get the buff.
Now look at this insane value here. Preserving that Small Time Buccaneer, pushing constant damage. And now RDU on the back foot here. All he can do is Twilight Guardian, or he could go for a double 2-drop, but that's not typically what you want in this situation, I think. Yeah, it's very tough for RDU. Nothing that really seems good. So he's just going to go and clear up one of those minions safely. With Alexstrasza's champion has the slime on the board, of course, from Blood to Ichor to challenge the Small Time Buccaneer. SuperJJ undoubtedly will handle that one though with Alexstrasza's champion here. Very convenient clear. Not even forced to use the weapon. Although he could also use the weapon anyway. After all, he does have more weapons in hand.
Yeah, I actually like using the weapon here. I don't see a reason to trade with your minion.
Yeah, it would just be to preserve weapon charge, basically, to get more value, but then again, with Double Crusher, you want to go aggressive. So just use those weapons.
It would play around Blackwing. Maybe you actually trade with its with your minion just to play around Blackwing, and you can keep playing on curves then.
Yeah,
Maybe
you would.
you're
You would
right.
also deal one more damage that way to the face. Only gets punished by like Ravaging Ghoul, which nobody really plays anyway. I guess Nizos First Mate would be kind of inconvenient in this situation now. But looks like that's something JJ is not worried about. If there was a Nizos First Mate, after all, he would have been played right now, like last turn.
I actually don't like the attack to his face, because now he has to trade his weapon and the minion into the Blackwing, right? To kill it. And the other way he could have just traded his weapon. Now he has to trade his 3-1. No, he just... Ooh,
He's just going face. He wants that Corruptor value. That's why he went for the attack to the face last turn either.
Okay, maybe I'm playing too much on board control.
Alright, and now 9-9. Since the departure of Executes from Dragon Warrior, it's not the easiest minion to deal with, that's for sure. He of course has the tools to do it here with the Arcanite Reaper, but that's not a luxury he has with 14 health. So he wants to clear it in any other way except for face tanking. Doesn't want to drop himself down to 5 health right now. And the second one. Yeah, and RDU has gotta be feeling this game is just slipping away from his grasp. Double Draconite Crusher as a 9-9. Just too much to handle. Sure, he can stall for some time with another taunt here, but it's just delaying the inevitable, it seems. Arcanite Reaper, as good of an aggressive card as it is, if you are behind, it's just a clunky weapon that's not doing anything.
Card, then.
Yeah, RDU doing what he can to put up some sort of defense, but it's just he's just buying him one more turn, and then after that it's probably it.
Yeah, you probably just go face. The question is, do you play a Zodrake or Korkon?
Yeah, looks like it's Korkron.
And JJ keeps going face.
Yeah, not giving RDU time to recuperate at all.
Nope, trading. Was there a reason to trade?
I guess maybe a little bit, but it
he
doesn't
has
really matter.
Anyways,
Exactly, it doesn't really matter. RDU concedes the last game here, and JJ wins it 3-1, advancing to the decider match against
Kevek?
Against Kevek. Yeah, Kevek lost versus Sixo in the winners finals. So we will see the rematch between those two. JJ was pretty upset for losing to Kevek in the in his first match against
Yeah,
him.
he got 3-0 by freeze mage, right?
Yeah.
That's also not something we would see too often in this meta.
Yeah, we will have to see how this rematch will go. After all, yeah, JJ came really close. He was 2-0 in the lead versus Kevek in his first match, but then got 3-0 reverse swept, and that definitely stung. That definitely was not to his pleasure, and he wants to get his revenge on Kevek, but we'll see if Kevek can play spoiler here and eliminate another big name in this tournament already. Like, there's so many big names here, so obviously there's going to be some upsets for you guys, but yeah, Kevek might make it happen yet again and win against SuperJJ, and if that happens, damn, that's definitely a result that we didn't expect.
Yeah, that game is happening soon, and also sadly Radu is out of the tournament. Yeah, hopefully he keeps having fun at the event. So.
Exactly. I mean, even if you get eliminated very early in SeatStory Cup, this is a 4-day event full of fun games and memes as well. So what more can you ask for? Oh, sure, you can ask for the tournament win, but hey, you're going to have fun regardless. So yeah, for Mr. Yagut, this is Ekop, and we are out. See you soon on the decider match between Kevek and SuperJJ coming shortly.